Karen Read retrial. Key testimony shapes critical stage of high-profile case. The retrial of Karen Read, accused of causing the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, continues to draw national attention as new testimony and forensic evidence challenge the original narrative. Background of the case. In January 2022, John O'Keefe was found unresponsive in the snow outside a home in Canton, Massachusetts, following a night out with Karen Read. Prosecutors allege that Read, while intoxicated, struck O'Keefe with her SUV during an argument and left him to die in sub-freezing temperatures. He suffered blunt force trauma and hypothermia. Read has pleaded not guilty to charges including second-degree murder and vehicular manslaughter. Her defense maintains she is being framed, arguing that O'Keefe was attacked inside the home and left outside afterward. Central arguments. Prosecution's position. The prosecution claims that Read was angry with O'Keefe and, after dropping him off, reversed into him with her vehicle. Investigators point to broken taillight fragments found at the scene and testimony that Read said, "I hit him," upon discovering the body. They also cite angry voicemails and text messages she allegedly sent to O'Keefe around the time of his death. Defense's response. The defense counters that the physical evidence doesn't support the collision theory. They argue that the taillight pieces were planted and that injuries on O'Keefe suggest an attack by a dog inside the house. They also question the integrity of the investigation, pointing to misconduct by a lead investigator who was later removed from the case. Key testimony and forensic analysis. Jennifer McCabe, a friend of Read's, testified that Read repeatedly asked if she could have hit O'Keefe after finding him. The phrasing is being heavily scrutinized as it could imply confusion or guilt. Digital forensic expert Ian Whiffen analyzed O'Keefe's phone data, showing no movement and a steep temperature drop after 12:30 a.m., which the prosecution says supports their timeline. However, Whiffen acknowledged that the GPS data from the phone may not be fully reliable and could suggest O'Keefe was inside the house for some time. Crash reconstructionist Dr. Daniel Wolf challenged the theory that Read's SUV hit O'Keefe at a high speed. He said the damage to the vehicle didn't match that scenario. Wolf also faced questions about his communication with the defense in violation of a court order during the earlier trial, potentially impacting his credibility. Ongoing public interest. The retrial has sparked significant public debate, with vocal supporters and critics of both Read and the investigative process. The case has raised broader concerns about accountability within law enforcement and the integrity of criminal investigations. As the trial progresses, jurors must weigh conflicting interpretations of physical evidence, witness credibility, and the timeline of events. The outcome could have lasting implications for those involved and the public's trust in the justice system.
There was no